Good morning. It is day 154. It is my 5-month trail anniversary also. September 7th. It's going to be another tough day today. You know, I knew yesterday, I knew it was going to be a embrace the suck day, and indeed it was. Make sure I'm going in the right direction here. And very uncomfortable in the shelter. It was just cram-packed, small shelter, and it was packed. People were none too happy that I showed up late last night, but I just hate getting in late, you know, doing stuff at night in the dark. It gets dark so early, but I guess it's another long day today. I got some serious mountain climbs. It's the last mountain climb, getting over the Gulf Haggis Mountain and then what they call White Cap, I think is the name of the mountain. And on the north side of that, I'll get my first glimpse of Katahdin. And fortunately, it's going to be a nice day today, looks like. So, yeah, hopefully I'll get to see Katahdin for the first time. And then I understand it's fairly smooth sailing from there. I mean, you got typical Maine root and rock hopping, like what I'm doing right now. That crap there behind me, that's typical Maine trail. It's just slow going. But like I said, 18.9 miles today. The time is 10 till 8. So not a bad start. I have made it to the peak of White Cap Mountain. And there is nothing to see here. This is the last significant peak before Katahdin. It's just under 4,000 feet. And this is too bad because the trail continues there. And just a little bit down this trail, it's supposed to be where I can get my first view of Mount Katahdin. And that ain't gonna happen today. That is just too bad. I was really looking forward to that. But I got a long, treacherous downhill now. So let's get on it. I'm almost at this first shelter coming down White Cap Mountain. And I got the first view here. It's cleared up. It's nice. And I'm maybe mistaken, but I think that is Katahdin back there, straight ahead in the clouds. So, first view of Katahdin. Looks so far away, but I'm pretty sure that is it. So I've been following the shore of Crawford Pond. It's pretty extensive, but this is the outlet. The AT crosses. Beautiful. All right, I expect to be at Cooper Brook Falls Lean-To in about 20 minutes, pretty much at the top of the hour, 4 o'clock. So a couple things I wanted to mention. First of all, this trail is vastly improved. I met a couple of ladies going southbound just doing a section hike. And they said from here on out, it's smooth sailing. So they convinced me that I can easily do the 21.5 miles tomorrow as planned to a shelter. And then the day after that, which would be Thursday, instead of doing 20 miles to the herd shelter, the last shelter in the 100-mile wilderness, go ahead and do the 23.5, 24 miles and come out on A-Ball Bridge and you know, and go ahead and finish the 100-mile wilderness. And then all I have to worry about is Baxter State Park, the 8-9 miles inside Baxter State Park. So, so that's that. Yeah, I've been doing, the last 5 miles, I've been doing right at 3 miles an hour. So, that's encouraging. Hadn't seen this in a long, long time. All right, so coming out at A-Ball Bridge on Thursday brings me to my second point I wanted to mention. Before I came down to that last lake, I was on top of a small mountain, a little Broadman Mountain, and it wasn't much of a mountain. And I talked to the AT Lodge to inquire about reserving a room for Thursday night. You know, pressing on past herd shelter, coming out on A-Ball Bridge, having them come pick me up. Well, they said that right as of right now, they've suspended pickups because of COVID. they said there's an outbreak of COVID around the area. So, you know, I was afraid of this for months now, ever since all this talk about the Delta variant. You know, I'm, you know, just being pessimistic and, you know, wondering out loud sometimes if this was going to somehow mess up the end of my hike, you know. And here I am, literally at the base of Katahdin, and places are closing up. So the AT Lodge, they said 6 miles before you get out, there's a place where I get a signal. 3 miles before a herd shelter, 6 miles before the end of the 100-mile wilderness, before A-Ball Bridge. It said call them and see what the status is. Now it's only going to get worse, so that's not looking good. Now that affects shuttles. So basically he's saying they're not going to do any more shuttles. He didn't really say they're not going to accept any more guests in the bunk room. So I asked, you know, about going ahead and doing a reservation, and he said don't worry about reservations. They've got plenty of bunks. So I don't know. This is the same guy I talked to last week, and he had kind of the same attitude. It's almost like they don't want my business. So they may not get it. It's not the only hostel in town. There's other options, including going back to Shaw's. So stay tuned on that. All right, I made it to Cooper Branch Lean-To at 5 till 4. Really good time. And I tell you, it's a shitty little shelter. It's old, definitely leans. So I'm gonna take that corner there, but at least there's only one other person in here. I am not enamored with the water source. It's this boggy looking river, so that's not good. There is a ton of people here. I mean, I don't know if you can see people up in the woods. There was a huge group of people, just a tenth of a mile up. It's all kinds of people here, and not a one of them going north. They're all just weekend warriors people doing the 100-mile wilderness. All right, so I got quite a bit of stuff I want to do. I'm going to wash my socks that I hiked in the previous 2 days. With all the rain and stuff, they need to be washed out. Maybe I'll do a gallon Ziploc bag wash with those, and try to take advantage of the waning sunlight here to dry. And then dinner, and maybe I'll start a fire. So, oh, I got to do a little bit of shoe repair too. I got another rip on a shoe. See that little rip right there? So, if I have time tonight, I'll get my Spectre fishing line out and try to sew that up. I already did this repair. I don't know if I shared it in a video, but 2 nights ago, I stitched that up. It ripped all the way across here, and it seems to be holding pretty well. So I'm going to have a lot of sewing done on these shoes if they ever even make it to Katahdin. I don't know at this point. Anyway, that's it. This is Wagner von Wonderbeck. Guten Nacht. Good morning. It is day 155. Just a few minutes after. No, it's 6:57. 6:57. A few minutes before 7. This is the earliest I've ever gotten out of a shelter. Leaving Cooper Branch Lean-To. Headed up here, get back on trail, and looking at 21.5 miles today to get to Wadleigh Gap Shelter. And I tell you, this place is so full. This place here is so full of section hikers. Talking with a guy that he says, yeah, there's a lot of people come here just to do the 100-mile wilderness. So he also said that it's going to rain tonight. It's going to rain all day tomorrow is what the latest forecast calls for. So there's going to be a lot of pressure for the shelter tonight and tomorrow, assuming I hike the 24 miles all the way to A-Ball Bridge and get out of this 100-mile wilderness. Tomorrow's going to kind of be another one of those embrace the suck days. But the trail is kind, smooth, and fast. So this 21.5 mile today should be fairly doable. And with this early start, heck, I'm looking at getting into the shelter 3 o'clock-ish, maybe, possible. We'll see. Bye.
Virginia somewhere, I think.
Yeah. Okay, we got trail magic courtesy of Burner. Thank you very much, man. I'm out on Mary Jo Road, I think this is. And wow, smells like breakfast cooking too. This is awesome.
Breakfast if you want breakfast.
This is great, man. I appreciate it. The 100-mile wilderness just has, it seems like 100 of these lakes and ponds. This is Joe Mary Lake. I normally don't take pictures of them, but this is fairly scenic and convenient. I came out on Namatanka Lake. This is very nice. There's a developed campground behind me, right on the trail. All right, it's about 3:30. Yeah, right at 3:30, and I have made it to Wadleigh Gap. I'm sorry, Wadleigh Stream Shelter. And this is going to have to be home for tonight. I do not have it in me to go another 9 miles, 8 miles, make it a 29-mile day. So it'll be a big day tomorrow, big, ugly, rainy day tomorrow. But here I am home for tonight. All right, there was one guy stretched out here in the lean-to when I got here, and ends up he was just he's actually a section hiker southbound, like everyone else that I've run into. But he was waiting on 2 of his friends to show up. They showed up almost immediately, and one of them was Gourmet, who I haven't seen since Bear Garden Hostel. Somewhere, where's that? Virginia somewhere? I can't, way back. But he flipped. He made it into New Hampshire just before the whites, and then flipped and did Katahdin and worked his way down. Gave me some good advice on how to coordinate with Keegan and how to. He said the rangers are very helpful and tell me exactly what I need to do there at Katahdin Stream Campground. He thought my plan was solid. Get off at Able Bridge, can go in a hostel, come back in, do a Nero basically to get through those 9 miles through Baxter State Park, go back to a hostel from Katahdin Stream Campground and just sit and wait for Keegan to show up. And then Keegan and I can start off from Katahdin Stream Campground. He said the only thing is you might have to pay for a campsite, but whether you use it or not, they don't care. So that was good advice. And I'm the only, and they moved on. So I'm the only one here actually so far. So we'll see if that holds up. I got some things, couple of things I want to do. I guess I got to get water. I think I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get firewood here. It looks like there's firewood to be had. Had up a fire and enjoy the evening. I got here with the sun shining and got my stuff hanging there, trying to get that residual moisture out because it was so clammy last night. And of course, it's going to be really wet and clammy tonight too. A low of only 64, I think, was the lowest it's going to get. So it's going to be warm. So I'm going to be uncomfortable actually. But get through tomorrow. Just get through tomorrow, and it's gravy, man. It's gravy. Get through tomorrow, and then tomorrow be my last full day of hiking. After that is just a Nero to get through Baxter State Park at my leisure, basically. So that's it. Looking forward to the evening here. This is Wagner von Vonderweg. Good night.